Hello, everybody, and welcome to our channel. My name is Jennifer, and this is Jennifer Esquire Creations. I am here with a wonderful artist. Her name is Sharon Blank. I've known her for several years. We are good friends, and I wanted to give you guys the pleasure of seeing her amazing art and getting to know her a little bit. We got to learn more about Charles Halloran last month. So Sharon is our November Artist of the Month. So Sharon, welcome to our channel.
Hello. Nice to be here.
I'm so glad that you decided to sit down with me. I've known you for quite a while, but sometimes we lead busy lives and we don't always get a chance to sit and talk about fun art things. So, Sharon, I wanted to ask you, when did you first start creating art? Like when you first started really thinking like, wow, I can draw. This is really cool, or having that desire, that passion.
Oh, my Lord. Good question. I don't remember a time when I didn't.
Oh, wow.
I
That's
have
impressive.
loved art as long as I've been around. My mom was an artist, or technically is an artist. She does works mostly with fabric now.
Oh, interesting.
And growing up, I always figured I was either going to be an artist or a writer when I grew up.
I think that often goes hand in hand, being creative as an artist and being creative as a writer. I think just having that creative mind. So your mom was an artist, so you must have grown up around her creating. Did you learn art from her, or did you just see her creating and then went off and did your own thing?
I pretty much did my own thing. I didn't have feedback from her when asked, or if I was having trouble with something, she wouldn't say, "Hey, if you do this," but it wasn't anything even close to formal.
Ah, I understand. I think that really, yeah, I think being self. So you never had a formal art education.
I didn't say that.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm just
I've
assuming.
actually got an associate in fine arts from Pensacola Junior College, which is now Pensacola State College.
Ah, okay. Now, it does make sense that you have a fine art degree because when I look at your art, you're so good at doing so many different types of art. I see manga style, I see classic style, I see portrait, I see, graphic things. And so you have such a wide array of skills. Um, what is your favorite type of art like to create? Like the thing that you love to draw the most or to create the most? Because you're a painter as well.
Oh, that's a tough one. Um, what my favorite style is depends on what medium I'm using and what my goal is. So,
Oh,
for example, if I'm doing a portrait, I prefer to do pencils or colored pencils because you can get a lot of real detail in there. But my favorite way to do landscapes is actually acrylics. Uh,
nice. You know,
so it's just a case of whatever suits the mood and whatever suits the subject.
so you just have an array of tools in your toolbox and you just pull out whatever you need at the moment. But I can
Yeah.
understand that if you're in the mood to do some type of art. Is there a type of art that you maybe are not as fond of, like something that you feel like, oh, this is just more like I don't do this as frequently, or I'm not as fond of this?
Um, I very, very rarely do photo manipulation. It's just
Oh,
not my thing. Um,
that is really,
and I don't use oil paints because I don't have the patience for that.
yeah. I heard oil painting can be challenging because it takes weeks for it to dry, and it's like such an investment. So I can imagine with your busy life. But talk to me about photo manipulation. Do you mean like with Photoshop?
Yeah, I'll use Photoshop. In fact, there's a, if you look through my art, you'll find one with a couple of kids flying through the air. That was done with Paint Shop Pro, which is kind of a knockoff version of Photoshop.
Oh, okay.
So I do that kind of photo. I consider it CGI rather than photo manipulation, which is where you would take, stock photo one, and you would turn it into something else where, say, instead of standing in the middle of a hall, they are standing on a cliff. I don't do that.
Oh, okay. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, that can be a challenge all on its own. I think sometimes it's easier to work with a blank canvas. Um, so I did want to ask you, you said that, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Blank canvas. Name of my business that I'm starting.
Yes, that is true. Yes, the name of your business is Blank Canvas, which I think is a really fun play on your last name. I always thought your last name was so cool. It always reminded me of like a superhero's last name, like or just Sharon Blank. It just sounds like such a cool like comic book character. I just always liked your name. I thought it was very really cool. So, you mentioned Paint Shop Pro. Do you use any other digital media? Like when you draw digitally, what programs do you like to use?
Depends on what equipment I'm using. I've actually been doing a lot of stuff on my tablet lately using a app called Ibis Paint X.
Ibis Paint X. I have to look into that.
So if you go looking and you see the mandalas I've been going nuts with lately, those are all done on Ibis Paint.
Oh, interesting. Yes, I've seen those. They're really, really cool. I think they're really awesome. So,
Yeah, and
yeah, sorry. I feel like
that's
I
made
keep
it a lot easier with that app because it's set up so that you can create pie slices of your image and then just go down through one and it'll create the rest of the image in all the other pie slices.
Yes, I'm familiar with that technique. I think Procreate has a similar feature. So for anybody who uses Apple, Procreate will take care of that. And you're on an Android tablet
Yeah.
and you use IBX. So IBX, if everybody wants to do the beautiful mandalas, and I've seen your mandalas, they're really beautiful. I like the black and white ones. I think that there's something so graphically pleasing. I'm a monochromatic girl, and I love me a good monochromatic color scheme or like a just a graphic black and white, I should say, color scheme. I think that they're very beautiful and stirring. But the color ones, of course, are so vibrant and pretty as well. Um,
Yeah. Well, the colored ones, actually, most of those are coloring pages that I went ahead and colored in because I've been doing coloring pages on the Ibis Paint.
ooh.
Uh-huh.
Where do you get the coloring pages from?
It's just a heavier. I'm actually making the coloring pages.
Ooh, okay. And then are you gonna have them for sale like printouts?
Yes.
Oh, nice,
Uh,
nice.
that's my big reveal of my business, the one where I'm going to kind of try and tell the community that I'm here, is going to be at the Christmas extravaganza here in Sylvania on December 11th. And I'm going to have some of those coloring books available for sale there,
That's
as well as loose coloring pages. So if somebody doesn't have the $10 for the coloring page, maybe they've got the dollar for the loose page.
I think it's good that you're offering different options for people, but I think coloring has become such a popular pastime between like our hectic, busy lives and also just everything going on with the pandemic. I think that coloring has become so much more popular and it can be very therapeutic if you feel like your life is out of control or you feel overwhelmed. the idea of being able to focus your energy on coloring in, I think it's really good for just taking your mind off, what ails you. And so I love the fact that you're making a coloring book. And I think that that's just such a good, like, way to promote your art, but also do something that is going to generally, like, help people and inspire people. And a lot of people who are artists who maybe don't have the skills to draw but still love art and putting colors together, they can still create something beautiful with your help, which can also build self-esteem and creativity, and it's a really, really positive thing to do. So I'm really excited that you're doing that. I'm looking at your art, and I have to say, there's some pieces that really stand out to me a lot. I love the superhero one that you did with Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, and it's called Your Future Past. I think that's what it's called, or Your Present
Future
Past.
present,
Future
yeah.
Present Past. Sorry, I'm legally blind, so I can't read. But I think that that is just so beautiful, and I love the graphics in the background. I think that the expressions and the colors and just the mood and the energy of that is so good. That's just such a good piece. And I know this is kind of one of your lighter pieces, but I really like it. Is the one where you're waiting in line at McDonald's and you were creating art. I mean, that's the mark of a true artist right there.
Yeah, well, it was just like, go park at the side of the building, and then 20 minutes it took for them to get a freaking burger and fries out to me.
Yeah, I think they're severely understaffed. You did create some beautiful artwork, and I love the birds and the beautiful cotton candy colors of the sky. And I just think it's really great that you were able to pull that together in such a short time. Um, I also really love the other one that you have. I think it's called the Witch's Heart. Oh no, I'm sorry, Pumpkin Heart, with the beautiful little witch and her little pumpkin. The shadows and the lights. I know Halloween's over, but I love Halloween so much. And I love the shadow and the light and the way the light kind of dances in that piece. I think it's really beautiful. And of course, the background is great as well.
I'm glad you like that one. That one took hours.
It looks like it took hours. It looks like it was so hard.
Yeah, it was not easy because lighting is tricky, especially
Definitely.
when it's a non-standard light source.
Yeah, you did a great job.
It's a,
It looks so natural and alive. I mean, when I look at your art, I feel like I'm looking at art created by several different people. I mean, you have these perfect, really accurate portraits. And like I said, fun, more graphic, simpler designs, manga designs. Like, you have so many different styles. It's kind of crazy to think that just one person created all this.
yeah, well, I grew up in a Navy family, so I've had a lot of exposure to different cultures and different styles, and I think that helps. And then, going to college for the fine arts degree, they really put a lot of emphasis into learning about different ways to create art and different styles of art. So,
Yeah, I think they want to make you as well rounded as they can. And I think that
yeah,
you are extremely well-rounded artist for sure. I also really, again, I'm gonna say Halloween because I love Halloween so much. I know it's almost Thanksgiving, but I also love your zombie piece. I think that that's such a good, like, I love the energy of that, the graphic nature, the energy of that piece, and I just really think that the line work is really good. Some of your pieces are so delicate and the line work is so fine and so delicate. And this zombie piece, it's almost like you can tell there's like the aggressive zombie nature or like the energy of that kind of genre. I think you did a really good job in that one as well.
yeah. Funny thing, that actually has a anime tie-in.
Really?
The It does. The character, that zombie was based on a character from a show called Gundam Wing, called Hiro Yui.
Oh, okay.
So if you know the character, you can see that character turned into a zombie.
Oh, okay. So there's like a secret surprise if you're following that anime. That's really interesting. I like that.